nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen.
One of the most traditional devotions of the Blessed Virgin Mary refers to her as Our Lady of Sorrows, or the Mother of Sorrows. And that refers to the 7 sorrows of the Blessed Virgin Mary, which were sorrowful encounters that she had as part of being the mother of the Messiah. And these 7 sorrows are the oracles of Simeon, when he said, "A sword will pierce your heart," the flight into Egypt, the finding of Jesus in the temple after losing him for 3 days in Jerusalem, meeting Jesus as he carried his cross, standing at the foot of the cross as Jesus is crucified, seeing the spear pierce Jesus' heart as he died on the cross, and witnessing his burial. Now, all these sorrows have as their foundation the words of Simeon in the occasion called the presentation of Jesus in the temple. This story is found only in the Gospel of Luke. And if you look at the 7 sorrows, you'll find that only 2 of those sorrows are found in the Gospel of Luke: the oracles of Simeon, and the finding of Jesus in the temple. Others, such as the flight into Egypt, is found only in Matthew. Mary at the foot of the cross and witnessing the piercing of his heart as he hung upon the cross is found only in the Gospel of John. Jesus' burial occurs in all 4 Gospels, but meeting his mother is found only in the Stations of the Cross. There's no moment in the Scriptures when Jesus meets his mother while carrying the cross. So, Luke, in giving us the presentation, while it's a wonderful foundation to the devotion of Our Lady of Sorrows, perhaps had something else in mind when he told the story of the presentation of Jesus in the temple. First of all, Mary and Joseph are fulfilling a precept of the law when they are presenting Jesus. After Moses brought his people out of Egypt, and especially after the night of terror in which the firstborn died during the 10th plague, God declares that the firstborn belonged to him. Every child that opens the womb, whether it be an animal or human, belongs to him because he saved them from the angel of death the night of the Passover. And so what Mary and Joseph are doing are redeeming him from God by offering sacrifice in the temple, in their case of 2 turtle doves, while presenting Jesus to God in the temple. They offer the turtle doves and buy him back, or redeem him from God. As part of this event, in their fulfilling of the law, it is told that Simeon is led by the Holy Spirit to the temple, where he is told he would see the Messiah that is to come. He offers 2 prophecies or 2 oracles, one of great joy and one of great foreboding. The first is when he gives praise to God. "Lord, now you may let your servant go in peace. Your word has been fulfilled. My own eyes have seen the salvation which you have prepared in the sight of every people, a light to reveal you to the nations and the glory of your people Israel." But then he turns to Mary, and in a much more foreboding tone, he offers another oracle. And it is from that oracle that we get the tradition of the 7 sorrows of Mary, but it also means something a little different with regard to how Luke is presenting this girl from Nazareth. He says to Mary, his mother, "This child is destined for the downfall and the rise of many in Israel, a sign that will be opposed and contradicted. The thoughts of many hearts will be revealed, and a sword will also pierce you." It's interesting to note that in this particular passage, he doesn't say, "A sword will pierce your heart." It's a popular portrayal of it in, say, movies that include the story of the presentation. But in the passage itself, he says, "You yourself a sword shall pierce." The only reference to hearts is when he says the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed. And notice he says the thoughts of hearts, not the emotions or the feelings. So this is an intellectual effect. And it is an effect in which there will be no secret disciples. The thoughts of many hearts will be revealed. And it's also an effect that will cause a great upheaval, the downfall and the rise of many in Israel. This is the effect that this child will have. And the fact that a sword will also pierce Mary means that Mary will not be spared this effect, even though she is his mother. Mary's heart will also be dissected and revealed for all to see. And we know what was revealed in her immaculate heart. Despite her 7 sorrows, she remained firm and stalwart and faithful to the will of God. And so even though there isn't exactly a full consistency between the presentation and the seven sorrows of Mary, because some of those sorrows are not found in the Gospel of Luke, which is the only gospel in which we find the presentation. And yet, it is still very complimentary of that devotion, because Mary was not spared this upheaval that Jesus would cause. Her heart, too, was dissected and revealed, and she was demonstrated to be that faithful, stalwart disciple of Christ, despite the sorrows that came her way from being the mother of Jesus.